10 years ago? Sure. I think I was acting 10 years ago. Um, 10 years ago in 2001, I did a TV series called Wolf Lake, which was a show about wolves, like people that change into wolves at night. So if somebody told me I was going to play a vampire, I don't think I would have been necessarily that shocked. I never watched Buffy, but I loved Anne Rice, and Anne Rice, the author, and I loved the Interview with the Vampire and old, Dracula, and I enjoy the vampire lore and the mythology of it. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. I went to a couple different schools. The first school I went to was like an all-boys school, and it just wasn't for me. And it was very strict, and you had to have certain uniforms, and I think I just didn't fit in with the crowd, and so I got in trouble mainly with teachers. I just had I think you know what. I thought at the time that I was really justified in my behavior. I thought, I was okay. So who knows? From their perspective, maybe I was just a big pain, and maybe they were right. 1960s in America, you're talking about. I don't know. I'll stick with just America. I don't know in other eras, Italian Renaissance or something, But I mean, the 1960s in America were really interesting because I did a series a while ago. Did a recurring 10 episodes on the show where I played a character from the it all took place in the 1960s in Philadelphia, and it was a really interesting time because people were really starting to explore themselves, and it was a very liberating time, and people started questioning why things are going a certain way, like segregation and women's rights, and it was an interesting time for America, it would have been kind of, I think, fascinating to experience that. I think in 2010 we have iPhones where we fly around the world and watch TV and sit on the internet, and it's a different era. It would have been nice to sort of explore that sort of time when that was just becoming sort of progressive and people were figuring things out. In the flashbacks, we loved each other. We were buddies, we were friends. Catherine drove us apart. But I think there is a time when we were very close, and I think that is eternal, that we will always love each other no matter what. There's people in your life, family members, whomever, that you may not get along with and you loathe for certain reasons, but at the end of the day, they're your family. He's my brother. I saved his life. I won't kill him at the end of the day, and I don't think he'll kill me, but we'll do everything possible to hurt each other and pretend that we hate each other. But I do think there's a deep love. I don't know if that's the origin. It's quite possible, but I think more so than anything, it's symbolic of a specific type of person in society. It's the person that is shunned. I think it's like the creation of the vampire. It's become incredibly aesthetically pleasing, and it's this heroic character. But I think initially, when it was conceived, it was written by people as someone who is kicked out of the town, like Johnny Depp in Edward Scissorhands, living on the top of the mountain. Nobody wants to talk to him. He's the weird guy. That was the vampire. They shunned him. He slept during the day. He came out only at night. It was this creation that I think is symbolic of some sort of an ostracized individual. And it is pretty frightening. And it is a good campfire story. For good? They get together for good? Yeah. He has because I don't think he'll ever stop. I don't think he'll stop trying to. I don't think he'll ever accept that because he lives for Elena. So if he finds out that she wants nothing to do with him, I don't know. Maybe he'd off himself. Maybe he would. I think he'd fight till the end because he has nothing else really to live for except for her.